video demonstrates a graphics package for data analysis. I will introduce some of the concepts that are basic to our package and illustrate them with a few examples. As yet, this work is at a preliminary stage. Therefore, I will emphasize how the statistical graphics may be organized using just simple examples, notably the scatter plot and box plot. However, we do hope that the same techniques could be used to construct more sophisticated plots for special purpose situations. As an example, we'll consider some demographic data. This dataset consists of 7 demographic and economic variates which have been measured on each of 49 countries. Here we have a list consisting of the 7 variates that have been measured. One of them is the number of people per doctor, population per kilometre squared, infant death, and so on. Now, the items in this list are mouse sensitive, which we notice because they darken as we move the mouse cursor up and down. Depressing a button produces for us the following menu, and notice that above here we have some brief documentation giving us a little more information about what the operation entails. Clicking on Edit Notes, for instance, yields for us the following editor window, where we get some additional information about this variate. Since this is an editor window, as we find out more information about the variate, we can simply add it in by typing in here. Similarly, we can produce a list consisting of one item for each of the countries that are in the dataset. And again, the items in this list are mouse sensitive, and clicking gives us a menu of operations, so we can zoom in and edit notes and so on for each of the countries. The countries and the variates that have been measured together form the dataset, which in this case we call DEM data for short. We can zoom in on this data by clicking on the following menu, and that allows us to inspect the entire dataset as follows. This menu consists of one item for each of the countries. These case objects on the right-hand side give us actual values for the variates that have been measured for, in this case, the country Puerto Rico. On this screen we see a window, a view window, showing a scatter plot of the demographic data. The scatter plot consists of components. There are components which are point symbols. Here we have one, another, and there are components which are labels. So here we can see that the variable on the x-axis is the gross national product per capita, and on the y-axis we have higher education. By clicking the mouse left button on each of these items, they become highlit. Clicking them again downlights them. Every time this occurs, a brief piece of information describing that item appears in the plot window at the very top. So this highlight point here is actually a point symbol, and it views the case Canada. So we can see that Canada is quite high on gross national product and also does fairly well on education. We can click on this one here and find out that this is the United States. Similarly, by clicking on the label, see that this is the label object and it views the variate, which is gross national product. There are special menus giving you lists of items that are appropriate for each kind of view. For instance, we can change the point size or change the drawing symbol for the case Canada. So here, let's make the point size larger. and we can change the drawing symbol too, so let's change it to filled circle. So now we have a filled circle here representing Canada. That just downlit it again so you could actually see that it was a filled circle. Similarly, there are operations that are special for labels. So for instance, this is a pretty non-informative label here, describing a scatter plot, so we can actually change that by clicking on this set text item here. So now it's asking us for a string, so let's say demographic data, and see what happens. And sure enough, our label changes to demographic data. Once again, we can make the font larger if we want the title to stand out a little bit, or even larger. Okay, well, this piece of information is referring to this point symbol here, telling us that it's viewing, let's go to this one again, viewing the case Canada. Now, we can also get menus that are appropriate for the viewed case, and this time it's Canada. So here, well, notice we're getting a little menu for the viewed object, which is the same menu as we saw from the inspectors previously. So by inspecting here, we'll get a little window which tells us the value for Canada for each one of the 7 variables. Just as we were able to form operations on a single case, we can also do similar operations on the whole set of points collectively. For instance, here we have a menu, and by selecting an item on this menu, we can change the drawing symbol for all of the points. So let's change the drawing symbol for all of them to triangles. So now each point is erasing itself and is redrawn. And notice still that we have Canada here, which still remains a bigger size. So at this point, when I click left, we get a brush, which allows us to highlight groups of points as the brush is moved across. By changing an item on this menu, we can change the style of brushing. So here we can change to sticky brushing, and that means, as we're told by this comment appearing here, that the brush will now do persistent highlighting. So for instance, when the brush appears here, now we've highlighted the points which have moderately high values of gross national product. So now let's suppose we want to make these points appear with a bigger point size and with a different symbol. Well, we can do that by going to the lower item in this menu, which is selected points. So we can first of all set the point size for these, and let's go to prompt for point size. So now we can make these really large. Let's give them a point size of 4. So now they've got redrawn with a much bigger size, and we can change their drawing symbol to boxes, and then after all that, let's downlight them. So now we have a group of points here that are downlighted and larger. So this way, using highlighting and then changing symbols, we can separate groups of points quite easily. So let's summarize what we've just seen in this section. The plot and its components are views, and by views we mean they are graphical representations of some statistical data or viewed object. Secondly, the plots are highly interactive. We have seen how aspects of the views can be changed through interaction. Also, we can access the viewed objects through interaction.